Hi everyone, I'm Rachel from Rachel Tutors Online, and today I'm going to share some tips with you on how to be persuasive in your writing without using the pronoun I. Now, I want to provide a disclaimer. Not all teachers will ask you to avoid using I in your persuasive essays. However, it's an important skill to adopt because not every essay can be written just based on your own opinions. Many essays will ask you to support your arguments with research, and your arguments will be much more compelling if you avoid saying I think or in my opinion. Okay, so let's say you have to write an essay answering this question. Should students be required to study a foreign language? First of all, when creating your argument, try to simply use the wording provided in the question itself. For example, if I believe students should be required to study a foreign language, I can say, students should be required to study a foreign language. If I don't agree with this, I can say, students should not be required to study a foreign language. I simply added the word should into my argument to make it more compelling while recognizing this is a hypothetical situation. This is an easy way to avoid using I in your statement. It's also important to follow up your argument with compelling reasons. Those reasons should defend your stance on the subject instead of simply highlighting the flaws of the other side of the argument. For example, if I believe students should be required to study a foreign language, I shouldn't say students should be required to study a foreign language because students who only know one language are worse off. Now I'm focused on telling you why it's bad for students not to be required to study a foreign language, instead of telling you why it's good to be required to study a foreign language. A better reason would be students should be required to study a foreign language because it provides them with more opportunities in life. Now I'm focused on defending my own stance, instead of just telling you why the opposite stance is wrong. Now, giving students more opportunities in life is great, but this statement by itself isn't enough. If I were reading that, I would immediately ask myself, well, what kinds of opportunities would they have? It's important to make sure your argument is clear and can be understood without leaving the reader with too many follow-up questions. I could add a sentence like this. For example, students who learn another language could have more opportunities to work and study abroad than someone who doesn't. Instead of moving on to a second reason for my argument, I'm elaborating on my first reason, which ultimately makes my argument even stronger. And by not using I or we, I'm helping the reader to see that this argument applies to everyone, not just me. For example, if I had said, students should be required to study a foreign language because it will give us more opportunities in life. For example, we could have more opportunities to work and study abroad than someone who doesn't. It's as though I'm only talking about a specific group of students that includes myself. Eliminating I and we helps the reader to see that my argument can apply to them as well. So the next time you have to write a persuasive essay, try using some of these tips to help you avoid using I in your arguments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you would like to see future videos to help you with your academic writing, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.